January can feel so cold and dreary and gloomy. And this is one of the months that it's easier to lay in bed longer if we don't have somewhere we have to go, just to stay warm and think about what we want to do today. But when the house is chilly and dark and the skies are gray, sometimes it's hard to get motivated. And January is a great month to quit. In fact, January is such a great month to quit that the second Friday of January has actually been coined as Quitter's Day. And for us here this year in 2026, it landed on January 9th. That's because people will start out the year with great intentions, and already by the second Friday, they've decided it is just not worth it. And it can somewhat do with the new year being cold and starting some of these new routines, like maybe trying to exercise more or save money, can be too much to start out with when the skies are gray. But we're going to talk about some of the things that people stop doing and some of the things you shouldn't stop doing just because January is a great month to quit. In January, some of the most popular things that people want to quit are things like junk food or staying up too late, while also stopping negative behaviors like making excuses or trying to please people, or maybe even working in a toxic work environment. So they start focusing on their well being and their personal goals. And that is a great place to start for January if you have some goals that you want to accomplish. We have an entire year to do that. In fact, there's no time frame on accomplishing goals and setting goals and keeping ourselves motivated to do the things that we want to do. Things like unhealthy eating, things like poor sleep habits. In fact, January is a great month to improve your sleep habits. It's cold. You want to hunker down. You want to get under a cozy blanket. It's dark longer, and you can lay in bed and actually get some really great sleep when the air is a little bit cooler. Also, people want to cut back on how much excessive social media they are absorbing, or maybe how much news programs that they are bringing into their life to maybe improve their clarity, improve their disposition, improve their outlook on things that are going on this year. And saying yes too much can always put us in a bad predicament. Sometimes we want to please others and we hate saying no. We feel like we need to give a reason why we are saying no, when in actuality, we just don't want to do it. And we may have our own personal reasons that we don't want to divulge. So, learning to protect our time and our energy can also help protect our mood by saying no. Making excuses and putting off things that we know need to be done. Maybe that phone call that we need to make, or that dentist appointment that we need to make. Sometimes that is hard for me to do as well. I don't want to make those phone calls. But once we do them and they only take a minute or two, we kind of sit back and wonder why we put them off so long. We put so much time and energy into procrastinating things that we need to do rather than just getting them over and getting them done with. Another thing that people like to quit is just being so busy. Schedule some downtime or some relaxation time. Maybe schedule time to sew or to read or to watch that favorite program that has been on your wish list for a while and you just haven't had the time. And stop worrying about things that have already happened. So many times we hang on to those mistakes and we carry them into the future, but letting some of those go and forgiving ourselves, that is a great thing to quit in January. Using the new year as a reason to reassess where we are at in our lives sometimes brings us great clarity. Maybe we're at a job that we just don't enjoy. Maybe it is not meaningful, and we feel like we're getting up every day and just dragging ourselves to the office or to this job that we do not want to go to. Maybe think about putting out some resumes, updating that resume, and just keeping an eye on what is available. Maybe talk to some friends that you have and let them know that you're thinking about a job change. And maybe that will be the fresh start that you need in January to help get your perspective back. I've been tied down in jobs before that I did not like, and it was so difficult to get up in the morning and go to work, especially in the winter months. It was cold, sometimes the weather was not great, and it gave me a reason to lay in bed and think of excuses why I shouldn't be going rather than being energetic and getting up and going to work and enjoying the people that I work with and the job that I was doing. I've had jobs like that too. And it's amazing how much quicker and easier your life flows when you have something like that that you look forward to every day and you don't mind getting up, putting on your clothes, putting on your makeup, and heading out the door. So if you are not happy at a place that you are right now, I give you permission to think about changing that for your new year. Sometimes we think we are waiting for the perfect time to make changes. And that's why the new year is so great because it gives us a chance to make changes just because it's the new year. Sometimes we won't make those changes and we will dig our heels in and we think, well, maybe next year, maybe next month, maybe after winter, maybe after summer, I'll do something. If we can sit back and assess the things that are not bringing us joy, then we don't have to wait for that perfect time because that perfect time is right now if we are not happy. And we need to look at that, take assessment of that, and walk away from any of the drama that we feel so that we can be our best selves. Also looking for things that we can be thankful for each and every day. Sometimes we take so many things for granted. And that's one of the things since I retired that I have been able to see more clearly. Every leaf in the tree, every blade of grass, the sunrise, the sunset, things I took for granted before, driving back and forth to work, just thinking about the next list of things that I needed to do. I can be more in the moment when I am happier. And we can be happier and still be working and still be running our households. But we have to take a step back and notice all of those little things and embrace them. Sometimes when it is gray and gloomy or snowy or icy, it's easy to sit back and just think, man, I wish winter would end. But winter can be a great time to reassess our goals and to think about what we want to do when the sun shines again, when the weather warms up. And we can make a list of some things that we can get excited about once the weather changes. Many people struggle with seasonal depression, and this can help us a lot. And for me, I am in Kansas this winter. That's not where I wanted to be. I would rather be somewhere warm and tropical like I had the last 2 years, but circumstances changed things this year and I wasn't able to go south. But that will be okay because I can make plans for when the weather warms up and the sun comes out and I can do some things that I really want to do. But during this time, I can still enjoy my home, my cozy atmosphere, turn the heat on, maybe get a book, pull out my sewing, and pull open those drapes on the days that I have some sun shining in. Now, right now, I have the drapes closed because there was a glare, but you can bet as soon as this video is over, these drapes are coming open. I need my sunshine to thrive. I am one of those people, if there is a sunbeam in the house, I am sitting in it. And sometimes I have to battle the cats for the sunbeams because they like them too. And I spend a lot of my day in my office where most of my videos come from because the sun bears down in that room and I love sunshine. So I will be planning a vacation. I will be mapping it out on the atlas and looking at some things that I want to stop and see. And I'll take you with me when I go. But I'm also going to be making some goals around the house of things I want to accomplish and things that I want to see get in order before the sun comes out to shine again in the summertime. Sometimes quitting things in January can be a good thing. Maybe we're going to quit overspending, quit ordering out, quit ordering so many things online. Maybe we're going to quit some of those things that will actually make the rest of our year easier. And those are great things to quit. But sometimes we need to start good habits too. And sometimes just starting them in small little ways of making a list of things that we want to accomplish and then reviewing that when we get bored or when we feel like our life is just at a standstill. Sometimes those things can help motivate us again. I hope that your January is a good quitter's month for things that you needed to quit. And I also hope that it is a good reflection month so that you can maybe start in small increments some of the things that you want to accomplish in 2026. I am here in Kansas. It's cold, it's dreary, but on the days that there's a sunbeam, you can bet that I am energized and I am sitting down looking at my goals for the year and I am planning on how I am going to make it one of the best years possible, even though I'm in Kansas for the winter. And one of the best things that I can be thankful for is when it's snowy and icy, I no longer have to get up and get out and get into that and scrape my car windows to go to work. There are so many things that we can be thankful for. And I hope that January is a great month for you to reflect on that, to keep yourself motivated until the weather warms up. Thanks for listening today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks so much for supporting this channel, and I hope to see you soon.